Morning, football fans, UFL fans. It is week 3 already. We have 4 more games coming up. All 4 I expect to be close, like it's been the last 2 weeks. We've had week 1 was competitive. Week 2 was even better. I don't see how week 3 is going to be any different. All right, for starters, today's game at 12 o'clock Eastern Time. A rematch of last year's XFL Championship, and to me personally, this is the game of the week. I've been looking forward to this one since last year when the Arlington Renegades knocked off my Defenders. It's Choctaw Stadium. Weather should be beautiful. 75 and sunny. It may go up to as high as 81, but pretty much good conditions for playing football. Arlington's coming in at 0-2, losing 2 heartbreakers, especially last week at the Dome of America. And the DC Defenders had a rough week 1 in San Antonio and squeaked out a win at home to go 10-0 at Audi Field. This game will be tight. Arlington definitely needs a win. DC wants to try to keep up with San Antonio and ahead of St. Louis right now. Both these teams are pretty much playing identically right now. They're still trying to discover their offense. DC's learned the lesson of losing their 4 top players. 1 injury this year, and the 3 top receivers to the NFL in retirement. Defense has been bend but don't break, but not as good as they should be either. They have Luis Perez. We have Jordan Ta'amu. To me, that's the quarterback matchup of the week. I'm going to be a little bit biased in this one, but I'm taking the Defenders. This should be a good game. I'm going to go 26-20 Defenders, but all these games will be tight. Second game, the home opener for the defending USFL champion Birmingham Stallions, who got their championship rings, I believe, last night. I'm hoping the crowd comes up. They are the defending champions. I hope they draw at least 20,000. I'm sorry. I think I should be able to expect the defending champions on a home opener when they're 2-0 to come out with at least 20,000 people and protect the stadium. Is that asking a lot? On a beautiful night for football, what's going to be, looks it's going to be about 74 degrees at kickoff, but being a 60. So weather is not going to be an issue. They're going to have the most ideal conditions this week for outdoor football. And they're opening up against their, what I thought was going to be their main division rival, the toughest competition, the Memphis Showboats, who lost a heartbreaker in their home opener in San Antonio last week. And the Boats have been letting teams hang around right now. I mean, they could have lost that game to Houston. They didn't. And they blew that game against San Antonio last week. Now, granted, San Antonio did a lot to execute the 4th and 12 play. And Chase Garbers right now looks like a real good quarterback, and Wade Phillips has made a big difference replacing Hines Ward from last year. But getting back to this game, Memphis, Birmingham, I am taking the champs. I still think the champs are the best team in the league. They are stacked despite the fact I'm not really impressed with their 2 quarterbacks right now. I'm not impressed with Adrian Martinez. I am not impressed with Matt Corral right now. I think they've both been disappointing, just my opinion. But that just tells you how stacked and how good Birmingham is. And you got to wonder, when will J-Mar Smith come back? Because he was a good quarterback year 1, and probably would have been a good quarterback year 2, but Alex Magoo came in relief and won them second championship. But I'm impressed with the way the Stallions are playing. I am not very impressed with the way the Bolts are playing. On the schedule, 3 weeks ago, I was looking forward to this game. I still am, but I think the Stallions are a much better team. I'm going 28-16 Stallions. I just think there's a big gap right now between those two teams. Until Memphis shows they can put teams away and be consistent, I'm going to Stallions. And a Sunday game. Sunday game, first game at 12 o'clock. Will be Michigan's third straight home game. I am not a fan of this off-balance schedule for Michigan, but it is what it is. They got to play when the stadiums are available, as when other stadiums are available. They're at home, and they're hosting the 0-2 Houston Roughnecks. Again, this should be a real good game. Stinnett came in relief last week of Guartano and looked real good. We saw him play last year with San Antonio. I think with given protection, he can be pretty good. I am not a fan of E.J. Perry. Both these teams can play defense, especially Michigan. I'm going to Michigan in this one. This game will be played at Ford Field, so weather is not going to be an issue. But this should be a close game. I am going 2016 Panthers. And finally, the last game of the week. Remember last week's Week 1 matchup with San Antonio and St. Louis at the Alamo Dome, where St. Louis did last year what we saw San Antonio do last week to Memphis. New year, different teams. I've been very impressed with the Brahmas. The Brahmas, according to the odds makers, had the worst chance of winning the championship this year than the Panthers, but they're 2-0 coming home. Battlehawks had a big, nice win last week at home against the Renegades. I'm still not a fan of how the St. Louis offensive line is playing. A.J. McCarron is still being himself. He's found a new connection in Marcel Aitman. And, I'm going with the Brahmas in this one. I think the Brahmas got something going on right now. Him, Chase Garbers, Wade Phillips, they got something going on. This will be a close game, as they all will, as I think. I'm going 24-20 Brahmas. So that is your Week 3 matchups. A couple of notes to look forward to this week. One game, the first game, will be on ESPN, Arlington, D.C. Everything else is going to be on Fox. 2, Jake Bates. Can he continue to hit 60, 50 yards inside the Dome on Week 3? And, of course, unfortunately, San Antonio lost the YouTube sensation, destroying to a fractured neck for the year. What a shame. He was the kicker version of Luis Perez, the guy who made himself famous on YouTube. Got a lot of coverage last year on the sidelines with the networks. I did understand that. I was kind of annoyed with it. But they gave him a shot this year. He made it, and I guess he fractured his neck making the tackle. So he's gone for the year. So those are some things to look forward to this week. Will the champions go 3-0 on their way to a third straight championship? Are the Brahmas for real? Can Arlington rebound? Can DC show the team they were last year? So tell me what you think. What are your predictions today? Either way, it should be another fun weekend of football. Enjoy the football games, everyone. I'm glad we have spring football. We'll talk to you later.